All right, let's talk about roof loads explained here a little bit because I'm a little concerned with the amount of weight that we already have on some roofs across the Upper Peninsula, and then we're going to factor in a little more rain coming on through, more snow, and then eventually more rain, more snow. So I want to break this down for you because we're getting to the point you really need to get it off your roof if you can, or we're going to have continued problems up there. Here is a look at roof snow load requirements across the state of Michigan, starting with the Lower Peninsula. The source here is up codes, and if you're a builder or a roofer and this is wrong in any way, please correct me. I'm not saying I'm an expert on this, but here's what I found. So the Western UP, we're looking at in some cases up to 100 pounds per square foot required for the building codes up there. Notice though, generally 60, 70. Once you get into the Eastern UP, the same thing. And this is because we routinely expect more snow up there, right? So building codes are just going to be routinely a little bit higher. Now let's say then some areas have a lot more than this, but let's just say you have 24 inches of snow on an average roof. Now the total weight over the whole roof, as you can see here, between fluffy snow, normal snow, and wet snow is broken down for you. You know, that's a lot of weight. We're talking multiple pickup trucks, things like that. But one thing I want to point out for the wet snow in the bottom left there is let's assume that we're going to melt down 5 inches of snow into 1 inch of water. So if we have 24, you know, that's rounding out about 5 inches of water on the roof, right? So that is assuming that there's 5 inches of water evenly spread over your entire roof, adding up to about 37 pounds or 25 pounds per square foot. Now, we can look at the modeled snow water equivalents. This is assuming we melt all the snow down. This is how much liquid water is anticipated to be in that snowpack. And this is where it gets alarming. In the Keweenaw Peninsula, it is likely that some areas are teetering on that 20 inches of water that is confined up in that snowpack, frozen up. If we were to melt the whole thing down, you might get about 20 inches of water. And again, it's modeled, could vary a little bit, but this is why it's concerning because going back, right, this is assuming 5 inches. So if we have 20, we are talking almost 100 pounds per square foot. And then even a 1/4 inch of rain on top of that, it's going to add even more weight. And then you're talking, you know, 110 pounds per square inch or something along those lines. So that's why this is becoming an increasingly alarming situation. Get the snow off the roof if you can. I'm advising you, especially if your roof has a full load on it. Still, if you're in a shaded area without wind, get it off your roof. You would be very, very thankful you did than dealing with that insurance claim. This is looking over by Munising in the pictured rocks. Some areas 14 to 16 inches of liquid water held up in that snowpack. So again, it's very important to get that off the roof if you can. So that's roof loads explained. Again, if I did something wrong, if you're a roofer or a builder, please let me know and I will post a correction.